Welcome back to my channel. This is Kat, and today I would like to talk about the short celebrity reflection cruise that I did on this past weekend. A few of my friends and I decided to take a girls' trip this past weekend. We wanted something good and comfortable, but not something that would totally break the bank. So we decided on an Aqua Class Veranda room on the celebrity reflection. Our cruise was for 3 nights to the Bahamas. We had one stop in Nassau and another stop at the private island from Royal Caribbean, Coco Cay. We had adjacent rooms and we had our cabin attendant open up the dividers on the balcony so that we could all sit on the balcony at the same time and chat. My room was 1506 on deck 11. It has been a very long time, really a very long time, since I last stayed on an Aqua Class Veranda room, but I did not anticipate it having changed so much. While the physical features were obviously still the same, the room location close to the spa in the Persian garden, the upgraded shower, the many other amenities that I used to personally really like about this class were completely gone. There was no more room diffuser for that soothing spa-like experience. No more fresh iced tea that was served in a nice glass pitcher and replaced every day with a new flavor of tea. There were no more fresh flowers or fruit tray, not even a daily ice bucket. That was just something so simple, but it made such a big difference. Every day have that nice ice bucket replaced in your room. Instead now Celebrity is leaving you with a full stock minibar and 2 large bottles of Evian water that I couldn't even consume unless I paid a hefty price for each item, despite having paid for the classic beverage package. But then I was also coerced to upgrade on board to premium package just so that I could have access to San Pellegrino water at the restaurant. See, I don't drink alcoholic beverages, but I like having sparkling water with my meals and in my room also. But apparently it's perfectly fine for someone with the classic beverage package to get as many alcoholic drinks as possible for less than $10, but you cannot get a glass of San Pellegrino. It just doesn't make any sense to me. It's like they have been encouraging people to drink on board, really, while you are staying in a spa room and trying to be healthy and trying to drink water, something so simple as water. The other sore point of the Aqua Class Veranda room for me was the level of service provided. The room was never properly cleaned. I had a feeling that the bathroom floor was never properly scrubbed. It had grime on it that made me uncomfortable to walk on it barefoot. When I first got into the room, there was even a bath sponge from a previous guest. It was a really disgusting shame thing. The location of these rooms, however, is very close to the spa and the Persian garden and even the relaxation room, which is great if you are really planning on using the spa facilities, especially if you are staying on the starboard side of the ship. There is a staircase very close to room 1506 that comes out right next to the Persian garden. There's also a door at the front of the corridor on the 11th floor that leads to the relaxation room. I had a massage and we enjoyed the Persian garden, which is super nice on the reflection with 4 different treatment rooms, all free of charge for Aqua Class guests. There's a cold room, a steam room, aromatherapy room, and a sauna. It was all good except for the constant sales pitch. There's always an extra upgrade for the services or some expensive products that you really need to have to look 10 years younger. The constant sales bill, or so-called invitation for a good review, were so annoying on this cruise that we could barely even have a proper conversation without being interrupted. During dinner, seriously, we had every 5 minutes someone stopping by, making sure that we had everything we needed, which is nice for the attention to detail on dinner, but not like when you know that the only purpose is to come to our table and ask everything is okay and then just go right into could you give us a 10 out of 10? We need a 10 out of 10. This is really important for us. We really need this. It gets really, really exhausting. Our itinerary included a stop at Coco Cay, as I mentioned before, which for me is one of the best cruise stops. It's the highlight of any Caribbean cruise. However, even here things felt really, really busy. To be fair, we stayed at the Hideaway Beach instead of the regular spot that I normally book at the beach club, but the crowds were large and the drinking was plenty. It did make me feel like I was taking a booze cruise. Maybe that is what the majority of the people expect from a 3-night cruise. But if that is the case, I'm sticking to the 7 days cruise, as it's much more relaxed, much more calm. It's a very different crowd, so honestly, the 3-day cruise is probably not for me. All in all, I wouldn't recommend a short cruise. I am sad to say, but definitely not Aqua Class Veranda staterooms. That is just not worth for the extra price. I would say if you can't afford a suite, just go for a regular veranda. You're probably gonna have much more bang for your buck than paying a lot more for very few amenities.